Alrighty. Last time, our intrepid explorers learned an interesting thing about one of their party members on a recent mission. A bit about some history with a fiendish creature that they found mention of within a kobold cavern. Upon getting back, he tried and did everything he could to persuade them not to go back to his hometown. Today, we're starting a few hours earlier than we left off, as a mysterious figure enters the town from the north. So, Sienna, you come in from the north, and you see the magnificent, marvelous castle of the Crimson Kingdom. You know that you have officially made it to the capital of Sulvaria. It's early-ish, probably around 8 o'clock at this time in the morning when you reach here, so things are starting to get in and awaken.
All right. So is anyone out or anyone lively right now?
Some people are lively. As you're entering through the north, you realize that you're coming into a more fancy hustle and bustle of the town. A lot of people in more noble-ish attire, high-up merchants, things like that.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right.
You see, you come into the city flanked by the beautiful castle and a cathedral on each side at the far ends.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, so if anything, he's just going to kind of walk around and take in the sights because hasn't been here before.
Okay. Can you roll me a perception check?
Sure can. Let me make sure I have this up. Okay.
This will be the easiest character introduction. Oh my god, that's a 21!
Yeah.
As you're walking into town, you see on a notice board one of the guards of the capital posting up a leaflet.
Mm-hmm.
And on the leaflet, in the big fancy letters written from capital script, Bloodhound Coalition. You can't read the finer print, but you do see the title of it.
Okay. So at this point, I would know vaguely of them, correct?
The more of the title seems interesting to you.
Okay. So if anything, he'd draw a little bit closer to it and kind of like brows furrowed as he eyes the leaflet. And as soon as the guy walks away, he'd kind of go and look at it a little more.
Yeah, he leaves and you go and look at it, and you see Bloodhound Coalition, Guild of Adventurers, helped out the capital recently, and it is a notoriety paper with the seal of the Crimson Kingdom.
Ooh. Okay.
Hey guys, you all got official.
Oh.
Yeah!
It also tells you that it is found in the lower midsection of the city.
All right. I'll make a mental note of that and go ahead and it's a little early, so
Yeah.
I guess if anything, kind of just walking around the town, seeing if there's any markets, shops to grab something to eat, and then heading there later.
Perfect. Yeah, do you find something more middle class or upper class or lower class?
Lower middle, please.
Lower middle. Well.
Yeah.
No
high class shit, no.
Here's the stick debacle. So
either lower or middle.
So you start heading to the middle, and it takes you about an hour to find a nice place to eat in the kind of situation you're in.
Would.
she would hear it, because that's what time we were yelling at that old lady about it. I was yelling at her.
God, why?
Don't worry about it. You hear some commotion in a marketplace, but you're like, I'm hungry.
It's a stick!
So yeah, you eat and you spend your time and you start heading to this Bloodhound Coalition. And as you approach, you see our cast of characters down at the bottom near 9, preparing a cart to leave, apparently.
Okay.
Whisper with your god eyes, you see this new person walk up. And would you like to describe what you look like to the party as you approach?
So fairly a figure that's average in frame, average in height. He has very, very dark skin. Freckled, like kind of speckled with white. His hair is gray, like slate gray. And he's wearing a very, very nice jacket. But that's probably the nicest thing that he has on him. As he's kind of approaching you guys with his hands in his pockets, you do see at his back, he's got pretty, for a fairly small guy, he's got a lot of weapons. He's got what looks to be a war axe and a war hammer, and something else on his hip. Not exactly sure what, but it's something. Along with the pack,
It is
you know.
something, if I do say so
Something.
myself.
Something. I have a name for it, by the way, Jacob.
I
I'll
know.
tell you it
I
later.
saw it. I saw the name.
Yeah.
I love it. You have control of it, and I'll show a big image of the bust. So as this figure is approaching up, what's everyone talking about?
We're not going to go to his hometown.
That's...
Is that better, Latrice?
Yeah, it's better.
Yes, much.
Honestly, I need to send you the other picture, Jacob.
Latreus is tending the cart right now.
Yeah, all of you are kind of gathering around the cart right now, so...
Can I... Okay, so Jacob.
Yes.
Latreus isn't stupid.
No.
Can I make a general intelligence check again regarding the horse?
Yes.
And the information that was given to us?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Would this be general intelligence?
Just an intelligence.
Okay.
Cambry's just kind of leaning on the side of the cart, watching you guys prepare, and just kind of looks up and sees this person.
I've rolled. It says rolling the dice. It's taking a minute. I don't know what the hell is killing my internet right now.
Oh, you put it together.
That bastard. I'm just kind of gonna look behind me. Do I see goals here with us?
Everyone's together at the cart. All of you are out front.
As I'm tightening some of the leather strips to rimlash, I'm gonna say, so goals.
Yes.
Why rimlash?
It just looks like a rimlash to me, you know.
Yeah, you realize that's Shalmir backwards, right?
Well, you find a way to cope healthily with your trauma.
Cambry.
I have. It's called murder.
Cambry sees this new figure approaching and just kind of nudges Latreus and points. It's like a stiff elbow into your side.
What am I saying?
Then she kind of like points over at the new figure approaching. Whisper and Tarragon, you've already seen this person approaching as well.
And Whisper's just looking to the side, just like face palming, just like, oh god.
Can we help you?
Tarragon's gonna walk up to this person and ask, what's their need? Or what do they need help with?
And upon like so many eyes on him, he's just a little like he's a little standoffish. He takes like kind of half a step back and kind of relaxes his shoulders a little bit, and he's just like, I happen to be looking for the Bloodhound Coalition. I know I see you guys are kind of leaving, so maybe you guys might have an idea. Kind of new to here.
Oh well.
Welcome to the
Well, that's
Hey,
us.
one is actually pretty cool.
To town. If you, I think you should meet the boss. And Tarragon, kind of open hands towards Ariza.
Ariza gives a wave. What can we help you with today?
And he kind of makes his way over and kind of he looks at everyone and kind of, gives a nod of acknowledgement at least, but it doesn't seem like he's super, super interested in anyone in particular. But he goes to speak to Ariza and he's just like, you're the leader of this group, correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, I think, if it, sorry. He kind of just struggles to put his words together. You can tell that he doesn't really talk to anyone that much. But he's just like, it's not exactly like you guys need any help, but I would be more than happy to offer my services to you and your cause.
What sort of skills do you have?
It's more, what can't I do? And he kind of just, he smiles a little bit of a crooked smile.
I roll
Oh,
insight to see. What
He's
she mean.
cocky. I like him.
Sure. you can roll. You can roll insight, John. Cambry just kind of gives a look at Ariza and is just like, "That's a familiar smile."
I don't know if I can handle two of them.
It's not that bad.
What kind of things does Whisper get from a 20 insight on our newcomer, Sienna?
Well, what do you want to know? Are you trying to figure out his intentions? Are you trying to figure out, his skills? What are you trying to figure out? What are you trying to glean?
Skills.
More or less, he seems like he's pretty forward. He's not exactly. He does seem like a secretive individual, but at least right now he is being incredibly honest. He's putting him yeah. As far as, wait, what?
Putting himself out there.
Yes. He doesn't really seem like he's hiding any information. Not at the moment, at least.
Yeah, so, Whisper, what do you...
Whisper just looks to Rice and just gives like a shrug.
Well, we always are looking for new adventurers. And we are
I
heading...
like him.
Reyes, shut up.
Everybody's taking their soul, Atreus.
Latreus, you like everyone.
Yeah, but he's cocky. I like him. I like him more than most.
Whisper's just like,
I
oh no,
think
there's
more
gonna
the
be two
better,
of them.
Ariza.
Well, we are going out on a mission right now. We can at least try it out and see if maybe he likes it and if it'll work out. I don't see the harm in
Also, a
it.
trial by fire.
And that's basically what we did with Tarragon and Latreus, right?
I literally almost died on our first mission and solved all of your personal problems. Fuck you, he's coming with us.
all of you,
Not some of my personal problems.
all of you
Not
here,
yours, his.
all of
I nudge my head over at Whisper.
all of you hear a thud at the window behind you, and just and as
You might wanna get
another
my card.
bird, as you see another Kenku like pressing himself up against the window.
Oh yeah, did you
What?
see the?
I-
Did they see the rhododendron?
Yeah, there's just massive
The
rhododendrons.
rhododendron.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't think it would be fair to just leave him alone with Racket on the first day.
That's just bullying.
Cambry just scratches her head. I don't think it's fair to leave anybody just with Racket on the first day.
That's why I've been trying to get him a roommate.
Oh my
We're
god.
not kidnapping children.
It's not kidnapping, it's adopting. I'm just gonna train them so they can have a future.
That's
Cambry,
kidnapping.
Cambry walks up. So, what's your
Goals is
name? And extends a hand to shake. Oh.
Oh, sorry. I was doing a thing. Sure. He reaches out, shakes the hand.
So, what's your name? I'm Cambry.
Oh, call me Galrah.
Alrighty. Sounds good. And she gives you like a quick pat on the back, but it's one of those ones that's kind of trying to knock the wind out of you, but not really.
As soon as that happens, he seems like a pretty solid put together person. But as soon as that happens, reaching out to pat him on the back, there's a little bit of panic, and he reaches for his shoulder and like goes and he's like, oh my god, and he reaches and pulls out a little tiny itty bitty little mouse, and he's like, I'm so sorry, buddy, and he kind of holds it. He's holding this little mouse in his hands.
Man, you even hear louder from the window, friend!
Oh my god.
And then the door swings open of the actual thing. Oh, that's the wrong one. Shit. And you see this little Kenku come running out to and runs up to you and just puts his two hands out to hold asking to hold the mouse.
And he kind of like he looks at this new character and he's just like, be very careful. This is Sir Sniffles the Sixth. Be very gentle. And he holds out the mouse to let the Kenku hold it.
He snatches it up, but like nice and gently as a little hyperactive 2-year-old, or not 2-year-old, but hyperactive toddler can. And he starts petting the little mouse, and he looks over at Whisper. Pet. More pets.
Oh my god.
Whisper's just like slowly shaking his head, face palming.
And without giving you the mouse back, starts to run back into the building.
You'll have to get used to that.
Wait.
I
He
hope you weren't
disappeared
attached to
completely.
that mouse. You're not getting it back.
Yeah, ran straight into the building with the mouse.
There's a big panic, as you can see. He's like, I need that back. I need it. Is there no hope?
Oh, you better catch him.
Give
He's
me a
like,
minute.
okay.
Oh.
Actually, yeah. How about we make that their test? Catch racket.
Whisper's already gone off to go.
I'm gonna
You know what?
follow.
I'm actually okay with that.
I'm gonna
test.
follow Whisper.
You're gonna follow Whisper? Okay. So a bunch of people go into the building with, and you see her. No.
I'm gonna stand in front of the door after everybody that's coming in walks in, and I'm just gonna make sure he can't escape through the front door.
And the scene you see, I'm not gonna go back to it because it'll just be too go to the building. But the scene you see is this little Kenku standing on a bar counter, kicking at the other people, trying to keep them away while holding the mouse.
Oh my god.
I'm going to go very calmly,
At this point,
I'm-
Targon's given up.
and I'm going to look up at Racket. Racket, are you lonely when we leave?
Yeah.
Would it help if maybe I bought you your own little friend to stay with you when we go?
Yeah. Maybe. Can I think I can find my own? Can I have a pet?
All right, little buddy.
Whisper just
You can get
sighs
yourself a
and just
pet.
nods.
Yes. He just drops the mouse on the counter.
Oh god. Galrah is diving to go and save the fucking mouse.
All right, roll me an acrobatics check.
Alright.
I'll give them advantage
First
for this.
roll of the night.
All right, so you have advantage on it.
You said acrobatics, correct?
Yes, acrobatics.
Alright.
Advantage, because I'm helping you.
Okay. Oh.
You have advantage.
Oh no!
So you dive, And Whisper also tries to dive to help you out. You both just clonk heads. You're just like, ah! And the mouse just hits safely on the counter. Frazzled.
I would pick up the mouse, please.
I was like, man, imagine the fucking drama it would cause if we immediately killed his pet mouse.
I go ahead and pick up the mouse.
Mans would be distraught. And he runs over and he's like, thank you, and takes the mouse, puts it back on his shoulder, and he's like, okay, I'm sorry, we can go now.
The little Kenku just runs upstairs. You just hear boop, 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 as he's gone upstairs already.
I look over at Whisper, and I'm like, are you sure we did the right thing by not putting any restrictions on that?
Whisper just gives you a look of like, do you really think that would work with restrictions attached?
You're right. And Ariza just leaves.
Damn. Cambry's just still sitting there at the cart like, so how'd that go?
We
just
don't know
walks
what
out.
we're coming back to, Cambry.
Oh.
Probably expect an elephant or something.
I hope it's that one from the forest. It was very friendly.
It was pretty friendly.
Righty. Well, you all...
Actually, you know what? I go back inside and I tell,
Okay.
I tell him, hey, kid,
What?
just in the woods, less than a day's hike, there's a beautiful Eastern Asian elephant. He should recognize you by smell, as we've been friendly to him in the past and gave him portions of our rations. Try to lure him out. Maybe he can be the pet.
Okay.
Don't. Hey, look at me.
Huh?
Look at me.
Yeah.
Don't touch the fire in my room. Okay? I'll know. Don't do it.
You say that, and then you realize, wait a second. Fuck, he's already touched the fire in my room.
I'll know. Don't touch it again, or I will burn that rhododendron to the ground.
His eyes get even wider than they already are.
And I slowly close the door. And I do not break eye contact until it is closed.
Oh, man. Well, you all...
Well, let's actually talk about that on the trip.
You all hitch the cart. Cambria looks at Galrah. Oh, how are your like food rations looking? We're gonna be on a 15-day journey, so.
I've got at least 10 days.
Okay, we could probably share between the rest of us.
I did buy so many rations, and I open up a bag and you just see like hundreds of like little snack bars.
We also have a whole bunch of rations. We should be okay.
Mhm.
God bless.
I think we
There's
all
like-
each have like 50
there's like-
rations each.
I have 58 rations I can
Oh my
share,
God.
guys. This will get us through 2 adventures.
I've got 61. Like, we good.
Sienna, if you can't tell, I've been making them count rations.
One ration
They're
a
ready
day.
for it.
One,
They can tell.
one gold is 2 rations.
God, you sound so defeated.
Stop making me track rations.
Yeah, you can do that after you've all hitched the cart. With Galrah on, you guys realize that, yeah, this is probably the maximum load this cart could take. Oh yeah, you know immediately, Juan.
Wait, Ariza, did you say 15 days?
Is it 15 days?
Yes,
let me look
15 days.
it is 15 days for that quest.
I'm gonna look at the one for the other quest. How many days is that?
It's in town.
Fuck.
What are you guys up to?
So goals, the contract? You said you had some terms.
Alright.
Who's
Right now,
Who's
Wait, I think she meant 15 minutes.
who's helming the cart? Oh,
I am.
okay. Oh, you think she meant 15 minutes? Roll me a deception check, John. I'll give you. Wait, nope. Nobody else has
Give
really
him
made.
advantage because I'm attempting to distract the goals right now. With the talk of the contracts.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, I said 15 days worth of rations. Fuck.
That's a 22. Roll me an insight check, Juan.
What's my
You have
insight?
to beat a 22, my friend.
Hold on, let me see what my insight. Even if I crit, I can't beat it.
Oh no.
You still roll.
Yeah, still roll.
Roll anyway.
I want to see how well you believe. Oh no, you believe him. You believe 15 minutes. 15-minute quick adventure, in and out.
Alright. So Atreus, right now you want to take all souls.
Do you start going,
I don't
Tarragon?
want to take anybody's
Mhm,
souls
yeah.
Okay.
goals.
Well, that's what we are afraid of. So,
Yes, I'm aware.
for our own, so we all have peace of mind. How we add a clause that says, should you betray us or do anything weird with our souls, your soul belongs to an impartial third party.
Who would you imply this impartial third party to be?
Well, none of us that are in the quest, so I'm thinking.
As
Whisper
that would
or
not be
somebody else
impartial,
down.
would it?
You think Whisper cares what happens to me?
I mean,
Not Whisper, Racket.
probably.
No.
Yeah, I'm trying to add
Considering
a
he did draw your face on the floor of our guild.
Fine, let's go to the blacksmith. He'll have your soul if you betray us.
I don't think you understand how soul magic works.
Man,
It's
Galrah.
not like I just hold your souls in a jar.
This is a weird conversation to begin with these people. How you feeling?
A lot of yeah, the concept of souls coming up isn't exactly how you would want to open up a conversation with a new person. So he's
Well,
a little yeah.
Well, blame Atreus. He's trying to distract me.
Cambry shrub.
I tell you what, girls. I do see your points. We can add a betrayal clause into the contract. I have no objections to this. However, I think the impartial third party should be somebody we trust. And until we can determine that third party, nobody signed the contract. Fair enough?
Can I roll persuasion to convince him that it should be Racket?
Sure. It's just the two of you talking about this, so.
Persuasion.
What would I roll to defy that?
Just be. That's actually really good. I guess it would just be like a generic wisdom check.
Generic wisdom check?
Yeah.
Bro, I think me and Tarragon are probably hearing this. Even
Oh, everyone hears it. You're all.
Unless I roll a natural 20, I can't beat this, by the way.
I know.
Tarragon's with
Right.
the
Then wait,
right
why
here.
would
He's
you make
probably
it that?
Still paying
Because
attention on the road.
Racket isn't non-biased. Racket would do terrible things with my soul. Sure.
Well, are you planning to betraying us?
No.
Then
But
there's
what
no-
I'm
I see no
afraid
problem.
of. No, what I'm afraid of is him finding a loophole in this clause because we're not smart enough to closely read through this, and we will be deceived, and Racket will have control of my soul. And I don't want that.
I think we need a lawyer.
New guy, are you good at a lawyer?
Well, if there's a loophole, then that's
Oh my
just something
God.
on your contract writing, which makes me even more afraid to sign it.
No, I think I want an actual lawyer.
Oh my God.
I'm not saying that I'm opposed to the idea of a non-biased third party. What I'm saying is that one's little brother is the farthest thing from non-biased.
Okay,
Out of
look,
everything, I might
let
have
me
to agree
just-
with Atreus for that one.
look, I love Racket. He is adorable, and I spoil him more than I should. But we should not give him domain over our souls.
No.
He's trying to kick us out of our rooms on the top floor. You really think?
No. He won't be in possession of our souls. He'll be in possession of betray us. Should he betray us? I did not mean to rhyme.
You guys are having this conversation, and about half an hour goes by, and you're going up and starting to get into the higher upper or the higher middle class of the town.
Should I roll persuasion to see how enthralled I have goals in this argument?
Sure. I'll say yes.
Can he have advantage since I'm also partaking in this conversation now?
Yeah, because you are trying to distract him together.
Oh. Well, ain't that just nifty? 17.
It'd be a straight wisdom check against it.
That was a bad roll for me.
One. No, he doesn't notice how long it's been.
Racket. Okay, so other than Racket, who else do we know that we can trust?
Well, I mean, technically Fletcher, although I don't trust him.
I'm not sure about that one.
Yes.
How about Racket's grandma? She seems nice.
Oh yeah.
What about Horace or Anastasia?
No, too seedy. I don't trust that. On second thought, I don't trust that cult of assassins and anybody involved with it. No offense, Whisper.
If you don't trust our closest allies, how can we trust you?
Why would I trust a cult of assassins with my soul?
With
Well, if you don't betray us, then you have nothing to worry about.
But what if you betray me and I have to defend myself?
By beating
After
him.
all, you and I do know that we don't get along.
You beat him by 11, so Goals doesn't even notice the moment you leave town after a couple of hours.
Oh my gosh.
I've kept this man on tilt for the last 4 hours.
Fine. How's this? I will add a clause that says, if we betray you, then you can do weird shit.
Yeah, Jazz, me neither. Okay, so you've left town. I need you to roll me another persuasion check.
Me?
Yes.
You still have advantage.
Yes.
Okay. 23.
I can't beat that.
You. Oh, you basically whisper that to Galrah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys start heading north.
Atreus keeps to think I'm part of a guild of assassins. Keeps to think. Godzilla had a stroke trying to read this.
But you make it. You continue to go until the sun sets. And have to make camp for the night. And Goals, you realize something. You're not in town anymore.
Wait, what?
You can't even see town anymore.
Did at least make progress in my argument?
You've made
You know what, Goals? I agree. How about we leave? How about we do, in fact, leave in a clause saying that if you betray me, I can do anything fucky with your souls. I do believe that's a fair argument. However, is this more of a pursuit of your own personal safety or for the group's? Because we could just make it only your contract says this.
Well, if we add that clause to all the contracts, then I'm sure everybody else will feel comfortable signing. But if they want to sign it without that clause, that's their prerogative.
Who starts setting up camp for the night while they're having this
I was
conversation?
going to say Tarragon parks the wagon, gets off, puts the horses, tie them to like a tree nearby, starts setting up for camp. And I think at this point he's looking at the wagon, and I think
Cambry jumps off the wagon. Cambry jumps off the wagon because she's just kind of sitting there, just like laughing at the conversation.
I'm literally bargaining for our souls.
Galrah, do you escape this conversation?
Yeah, he's going to go help set up camp.
Okay, so 3 of you are going to set up camp, and the rest of you are still having this conversation. And Goals, like after you hear the lighting of a fire from a flint and tinder, and you kind of look around and you're like, wait a second.
We?
Where are we?
Oh, we're camping.
It's a
Hi, Goals. I'm a very good distraction. And I just get up, I hop out of the cart, and then go sit by the fire.
Does this mean I won?
No!
Yes, Cole, you won.
No, he did not.
Don't-
We
Way to
won.
build up trust, Atreus.
I raise my hand up for a high five to Ariza.
I will give him that. I give him the high five.
Just, I did not think he could be that stupid.
I
And I
give
just
her
gonna
right
lay
that look
down
of
in my bed.
betrayal. I give her right that hurt look of betrayal.
Man, what a great first day for Galrah.
In
It really
return,
is.
I give him the look of, I know what you did.
Aragon sees the look on Goals and just like waves over. Are you gonna come join us at the fire, or are you gonna sit there in the wagon?
Crying like a baby. Because we're going to do your town's quest.
I'm still serious about the racket thing.
Fine, whatever. Come sit by the fire.
So you all huddle around the fire.
So where all your arguments lies, you don't want to add that clause?
No, I think it's a fair clause.
Then just make it racket. If you don't
Why?
end up betraying us or doing something bad, then you have nothing to fear.
Okay, so then I ask you, does mind control fall under this clause of betrayal?
Oh no!
We are not doing this bullshit situation again, guys. Like, out of
Like if I am for some reason charmed by the beauty of a vampire, and I choose to turn on my friends because I am subjected to vampiric mind control, would that be considered a betrayal, or would that be a unique circumstance? And how would we define it in said clause? It's simpler if you just accept that I have dominion over your souls. First claim.
Atreus, that's oddly specific. Are you okay?
No, I really hate vampires.
Galrah just like, what the fuck have I done?
Speaking of, are you a vampire? We're in the woods alone at night. You have to tell me. It's the law.
What are you, a cop?
Oh my god. Oh
Are
my
you a
Well,
narc?
actually, in character, what are you, a cop?
Are you a narc, Galrah?
He's just like, no. Far from it, actually.
Good, because that would be bad.
Oh fuck me.
Alright, Atreus. How's this?
Yes.
If you're charmed by a vampire or something, and it physically attack us, that
Why
would
don't we
not...
continue this conversation in the morning so clearer heads may prevail?
Holy shit. I'll take second watch. It's just a whisper immediately. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Okay. So what? We'll do 3 watches and we have 7 people. Who wants to take first watch?
I'll
I
take
will.
the same one that's not Atreus.
I'll take the
I'll
one
take
with
first
Whisper.
watch.
I'll
What?
take the first
What,
one.
Ariza?
I'll take the one with Whisper.
Okay, so second.
Oh, Whisper, catch, I fixed them.
Third then.
You
Third.
have your goggles back, Whisper.
Cool.
Whisper never lost his goggles. Latreus did.
But didn't you take them from Whisper?
No, I failed to. I failed my grapple check.
Yep.
Oh, did you get yours back then?
Oh, thank you. I put them back on. They're not goggles, though. They have to be glasses, because goggles don't fit around my antlers.
I specified that to drink.
Yeah,
They have
yep.
to be.
Yep.
Oh, they have like a latch on the back?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, Camry's just like sitting there. Galrah, you should take second watch of the Ryza. Maybe have a conversation outside of this.
He's like, yeah, probably.
Let her explain why I was distracting him.
I'll take third with care. I'll take
complicated.
third with Tarragon, and she does like 2 peace signs and passes out. So, okay, for first watch, do the 2 of you continue this argument?
I will.
Boy, I hope so.
Okay, if both of you are continuing this argument, I want both of you to roll perception checks with disadvantage.
Okay.
Fuck it.
All right, that's not terrible.
Oh wait, no, I'm
No,
sorry.
because
That's
it's
supposed to be.
distinct.
Those are supposed to be 6s, Jacob.
Oh.
Okay.
In case that sways things, those are supposed to be 6s. I forgot about my stone.
Oh my god, I have a headache from laughing.
I forgot about my stone of good luck. That should be a 6.
That should be a 6. That should be a 6. You sure about that, buddy?
Yes, it should be a 6. It's supposed to be a -1, not a -2.
Oh my god. Okay. So you guys...
What do I see with my special eyes?
Nothing.
What do I see with my 10?
You, nothing either. You guys are engrossed in your argument about this whole contract thing. And it gets to that point where Whisper, your internal clock wakes you up for second watch. They're still arguing about it.
All I'm saying is that an army of orphans does not justify a single person having dominion of my soul. Where would we find that many orphans?
We've committed to like 3 orphanages.
Yeah, and do you trust any of them?
It's up to you to stop this, Whisper.
That's why we have to train them, discipline them. The king does that. The
This is
church
too much
does
for
that.
a clause.
They just leave your soul to racket if you betray us. We've been over this a billion times.
Oh my goodness, for the billionth
I
time.
just don't want
Leaving anything with a racket is a mistake.
if you betray us.
Whisper.
Okay.
Do I wake up at this point?
When they start yelling, you definitely wake up.
He could lose an elephant.
Alright, betray us. How's
Her
this?
eyes are
You can
bloodshot.
basically betray us.
Your
just
eyes
not
are bloodshot,
spiritually.
Jazz.
Yes. And she goes in between them and stabs her rapier into the ground. It's like, go the fuck to sleep now.
Yes, ma'am. I just walk away and immediately pass out.
Yeah, Gold just holds up his arm.
Atreus
just
is exhausted
back down.
from arguing with him for 8 hours.
Oh my god, they're both asleep. Do you guys wake up Galrah for second watch?
You can't
Yeah.
even like.
Oh
And I
god.
sit at the fire and just rub my temples. Having
I go wake up
dreams
Galrah.
about their arguments.
All right, cool.
You're shaken. You're shaken awake by the taller Kenku of the two.
All right, and he gets up pretty easily. He's like, "Huh? Okay, watch. All right."
Oh yeah,
Ariza
have you
looks-
realized the Kenku that woke you up is like 7 feet tall?
Yeah, also Whisper 7 feet tall.
Oh, that's an important detail.
That is
Why
an
didn't y'all
important
tell me
detail.
earlier?
I totally just spaced it until this point.
You should also know Latreus is 4'7".
Okay.
Arguing
6
with
foot 7
the
to be
gnome.
exact, but yeah.
How tall is Tarragon again?
Aragon is 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
What the hell? What?
There
Elephant
is
man.
no in-between height.
I guess I'm it because I'm 5'8".
Aragon's a
Average
Ariza's,
height.
big guy.
Ariza's also in between, and Goals is a gnome, so gnome height.
Mhm.
And Cambry is like,
Camber's average though, right?
she's like 6 foot.
Satyrs don't get above 5 feet tall.
What, John?
That's just the thing.
I am a full, like, foot taller than.
Then Cambry. Yeah.
Mm.
And Galrah. Oh man. So the three of you are at the fire. Is there anything you three want to talk about?
Ariza looks so stressed out right now.
My fault.
Why?
I
Why
guess
does he
Galrah
argue
will,
so long?
Galrah will just like he'll ask the question, is it always like this?
I don't want to say yes.
And he kind of seems kind of unbothered, and he shrugs, and he's like, I've got 2 younger siblings. It's okay.
Whisper just like gives the hand to the shoulder and just like understanding struggle with having a younger sibling.
I grew up in an orphanage, so this is pretty normal for me.
And
But
he looks,
over souls.
Galrah also looks a little dejected, and he's like, yeah, me too, but nope. not it has never come to this. Conversation about souls never come up ever.
For me, it's always been a corn chip.
Do I want it?
Oh, fuck. I'm dying.
I just gave a rise of the look of, it's racket. What do you think?
Never mind. I think I already know where this is going.
Oh man.
But no, there's some interesting things going on that we're trying to get to the bottom of with this mission. See, Whisper here and Goals are actually my co-founders. But with this mission, I think Goals is hiding something. Well, we definitely know he's hiding something. He even sent me this letter to try to dissuade us from going to his hometown. And I'll go ahead and show Galrah the letter we got that was definitely not from Goals. Cough, cough.
Yeah, exactly. To you it looks pretty legit, but you know,
Okay.
you'll have to take their word for it, kind of thing.
And if
Yeah,
you're wondering,
it's
you earned a favor for that too.
interesting. Yeah,
But-
definitely deserves some investigating.
But coming with this mission is some fiend concerns. So that's why Latreus is trying to get us to sign a contract stating that he has dominionship over our souls because he is a fae. However, we really haven't been adventuring together that long. Nobody's really keen on just signing a contract with their souls just yet.
And Galrah kind of speaks up, and he's like, I can understand the logic, but I think I'm with the majority. I wouldn't just sign over my soul for free either.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's just signed it at this point.
Yeah, and your guys's.
Oh no, I wrote those contracts.
You know what? Second watch.
Okay.
Second watch. Go ahead and roll me perception checks.
All right.
1 second.
Oh fuck! Whatever this cough I have is, just that fucking kills me. Holy shit. Yeah, you guys actually, your watch goes pretty uneventful. Mostly hear the sound of rolling winds. It's a early summer evening, so it's cool. It's not cold. The fire feels good in this. Finally, after the sounds of the argumentative two died down, nocturnal animals sing in the night. And your guys' watch comes to a close. Third watch comes up. And you guys wake up, Cambry and Tarragon. Cambry's like, opens her eyes. She's like, did I actually get sleep?
You look super tired.
I don't know if I actually slept. Was it a dream, or did they actually argue that long?
They did.
Tarragon doesn't know because Tarragon actually had slept through it.
They actually argued that long.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of both of them if they continue it for the entire trip. I am going to lose it.
You throw another argument in the closet at me, I'm gonna lose it.
She kind of sits up and looks at Galrah. I hope none of this dissuaded you. We're not a bad group of people.
He's like, no, far from it. You're an interesting bunch for sure.
Thank God. I used to be the captain of a ship. But this.
Jacob, did you see what? Did Juan text you this too?
No, he didn't.
He just sent me a message saying, "Can we settle on racket getting control 3 out of 7 days out of the week?"
What kind of the arrangement is this?
Oh.
Tarragon puts a hand down to Galrah, and I don't think I introduced it myself. I'm Tarragon.
Well, nice to meet you, and shakes your hand, and still, like, the size is just very overwhelming.
Oh yeah, Tarragon just like his hand dwarfs your arm.
One fear.
One fear.
Wait.
All fear the
Yeah,
tower.
I also agree with Cambry here. Hopefully we don't leave a bad taste in your mouth.
Like, no, it's fine.
You want a quick rundown of everyone before you go to bed?
Sure.
Okay. Blood magic. Underground mafia has a god in his head. Fey creature with vampire issues. And you've heard about the small one.
Ultimate wizard.
And he's a little floored by this information. He's like, huh.
Go to bed.
That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm going to bed.
It's a long night. We'll take off.
All right, and the two of you go to sleep. And Cambry looks at Tarragon. How do you do it?
Zoning everything out.
How?
Well, it comes with practice.
You have the patience of a saint. I guess you are a cleric.
He laughs at that.
I'm used to solving my issues with my fists.
It's worked so far.
I don't know.
Work.
Anyway, all right, Tarragon. I'm gonna have you and Cambry roll perception.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's fine.
I hate. All right. Cambry squints her eyes at some point during the night. Doesn't really make mention of anything. And then just kind of looks around. And your watch continues, and the sun begins to rise. And everyone else starts to get awoken by the warm morning, early summer sun.
Atreus wakes up first. And he, instead of joining the other two who are on watch, he kind of slumps off into the woods by himself.
Yeah.
And he just watches the sunrise with this determined look in his eyes. And then comes back to the group.
Okay. So, the rest of the group begins to wake up. First, you're on your second day of travel.
So we used up 1 ration so far.
Yeah, I don't worry about the rations until we get to the.
I didn't even notice that Dennis was in the fucking call.
What?
He just said, "Praise the sun."
That's incredible.
He just snuck in here like a wet bandit in the night.
Little noise.
Oh man, yeah, he's muted, but all right. Okay, anyway. So you guys.
I was like, "There's no fucking way he knew that I just said that."
Hi, Dennis.
Yeah, I noticed too.
You begin to set up at the cart and and get ready to go out.
What do you expect? I have a -2.
You get ready to head out for the next day. How long does it take for the argument to start again?
It doesn't happen. Every time Goals brings it up, Latreus just looks, doesn't say a damn word, puts his head back down.
Okay.
He was being unreasonable. Shut the fuck up, Juan.
Hey, at this point, I'm haggling.
Yes.
The first time Goals brings it up, Ariza gives him a look.
Oh, fuck, man. Oh, my sides.
As we're going along the road, and Latreus keeps shutting Goals down, Latreus does gesture over to Galrah and says, "Terribly sorry about first day introductions and the arguments of souls. My name is Latreus. I didn't catch your name."
Galrah, nice to meet you.
"Nice to meet you." And he extends his left hand forward.
Left hand.
Yep, Latreus is a lefty.
And he kind of like tilts his head a little bit, curious, and he goes ahead and shakes your hand.
Okay.
Anyway, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, what do you
I'm
want to know?
sure you, well, tell us where you're from, who you are, why you want to join us.
Oh, easy enough. Iron Archipelago. Pretty nice place.
What?
Oh, I've heard. Haven't been there myself, but Jacob, how close is the Iron Archipelago to my characters?
Well,
I know you said I was kind of northish.
you're kind of northish, but I mean, like, from even the closest point, it's like a 2 to 3 month journey by boat.
Would Latreus have ever met anybody from the Iron Archipelago before?
Possibly, but I don't think he would have known.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you've heard of it, Whisper. You've actually seen some people from it.
I see how it is, playing favorites with the king. No. Latreus takes 38 points of psychic damage. So they just, dead.
Latreus takes 60 seconds. No, I'm kidding.
Wow!
Damage.
Latreus died!
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
But yeah. So yeah, you know, Iron Archipelago. Anything else that you wish to add?
You said you had a lot of skills. What's your particular specialty?
Weapons mostly, but I don't really do magic. That's more of my siblings' strong
I will
suit.
find you, and I will kill you.
Oh, thank God, not another caster.
Cambria looks around. Huh, you're now. All the casters are now outnumbered. Nice.
I know, it's great. Latreus very dramatically just throws his arms down. He goes, "Now I don't have to get beat up every time we go on a mission."
Alrighty.
I'll say this also as a note of the weapons that he has. All of them have interesting inscriptions on them. You can gather that they are probably the names, like probably some very fancy name as to what's on each, but they're probably in a language that you guys don't understand, unless anyone speaks Primordial.
I speak Orin.
So
what technically?
What angle of Primordial? Which of the 4 elemental languages is it closest to? So it's like a dialect thing.
Yeah, it's Earth.
Yeah, so it's It's closer to Terran.
So Latreus does speak Primordial.
So yeah.
What do they say? What do they say, Galrah?
It depends on how close to you get to the weapons, or if you ask.
Why does that feel vaguely threatening?
I point out I point out the inscriptions on your weapon, and I say, "That's primordial."
He's like, yeah, the names of the weapons.
May I?
Sure. All right. So, which one do you want to know? Do you want to know about the warhammer or the battle axe first?
Did Latreus notice the odd device on his hip?
Yes, because Galrah pointed out that everyone noticed it.
What about that one? And I point at the weapon on your hip.
It's like, oh, that's sunshine. A pocket full of sunshine.
Pocket full of sunshine. Well, I love the name. And I just look at the sun. It burns my eyes.
All of you, when the attention is brought to it, except for Tarragon, because Tarragon's driving, all of you are brought to the attention of this strange device with circular cylinder and a grip that fits so perfectly in Galrah's hand. It it has
Bang! Arises dead, blood everywhere.
it has some strange latching mechanism on it, and I don't know, like a fuse detonator spot. Like any of you who've seen like a cannon would know where like a fuse thing is, but there's no wire or even powder that you can see. Just a strange latch that leads to it.
What is that?
Oh, this? And he doesn't unsheath it. Well, he goes ahead and just kind of takes it out and kind of holds it by the handle, and kind of just shows it, you know. And he's like, "Oh, it's a gun."
What is a gun?
And he kind of tilts his head a little bit. And he's like,
Is that dwarvish? Is that a dwarvish make?
Is this some sort of like
Latreus retches over the side of the cart.
well, it's not just one. There's different kinds. There's muskets. There's what this is, a pistol. There's revolvers. There's different kinds of makes and models.
So it's a dwarven invention then.
or is it artifice?
If Tarragon, you would not know. Cambry does snap. Oh, I've seen a couple of people with those before, closer to the Iron Archipelago, but...
And how does this device work?
And he goes ahead and...
This
Well,
gun.
You're gonna load it?
If it wounds you to say it, you can just say pistol, if that works better.
Pistol. Oh, okay, that sounds more elegant. I like pistol.
The dwarven word for it is gun, but the elven word for it is pistol.
I hate that thing.
And the human
I'm going
word
to
is
keep referring
revolver.
to it as sunshine.
That's fine.
So you're gonna aim it off. I'm guessing you're gonna aim it away from everybody.
Yeah, and he's gonna warn everyone to kind of cover their ears because it's loud before actually shooting it.
And
I don't need to cover my ears. Nothing is too loud.
And you see the tree. You see a tree nearby. Who covers their ears and who doesn't?
I'll cover my.
I do.
I know better.
Yeah, basically.
Tarragon, you don't?
I don't.
Cambry
Because
does.
I can overhear the conversation, but I can only vaguely imagine it in my head what that is.
All right,
So-
Galrah, take the shot.
All right, cool. He'll go ahead and shoot. Do you want me to roll, or are you just gonna let me shoot?
You
no,
shoot
wait.
the gun, and the tree. You hit the tree, and it just kind of splinters. I need Latreus and Tarragon to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Does that scare the
Oh, I'm
horses?
okay with those.
Oh no!
I just realized that.
Oh,
because
no.
I have to animal handle them.
Give me a second. You need to you need to make a Constitution saving throw along with Matthew.
Mine's a 12.
Oh,
Wait, that should be
a 13.
No, it's a 12.
Give me a second. Yeah, let me do the writing. Let me do the horses. Okay, Tarragon. It It's loud, but you're able to. Matthew, you go deaf
have the
for like
advantage of the
30
AirPods.
seconds. And for the horses.
What is the
Yes.
ringing sound
God,
it's
what is-
making?
One of the horses whinnies and kicks up, and the other one just keeps going. And one of the horses is trying to pull away. Yeah, roll me an animal handling check, Tarragon. God, this is the second day, guys. Okay,
I'm just
Oh,
trying
I'm
to learn
back.
more about our new colleague.
you're able to keep the horse from
Good.
leaving.
Oh.
Trace sticks a pinky in his ear, twists it around, pulls out like a glob of earwax, flicks it away. I hate that.
It's like, yeah, I don't use it often. Plus, the ammunition to keep it stocked and to make it shoot is expensive. So,
And
and he
there,
goes ahead and puts it away.
Why didn't you say it's just a very small cannon? I could understand that.
Tarragon, are we in combat?
And he's just like, well, I figured you learn better by actually hearing it while not in combat, so you don't go ahead and get freaked out when I actually do have to use it, if it comes down to it.
Fair.
So you'll know.
I think I'll stick to my brown trousers. Wait, I don't wear pants.
The rest of you who covered your ears are all fine, by the way. You're just kind of like, oh, you just saw what the gun did.
I mean, we'd still hear it, just wouldn't hurt as bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're fine as in, like, you don't go deaf for a few minutes. But yeah. And you continue.
Are we there yet?
You guys get...
Latreus, don't you start this shit again, I swear to God.
Don't
Are
show
we
that
there
around,
yet?
Bracket.
Turn the card around.
What? Goals?
What would you do? Turn the card around?
I will.
Let's keep going, Latreus.
Are we there yet?
Oh, no.
Gold, I will send you to your hometown in a wooden box. Not
I will shoot
dead.
the gun again.
I'm-
Shoot it again.
No.
I don't care. I'll do it again.
Turn it around.
So...
Me this time.
This happens around halfway through your travel. You guys have noticed that even though it's summer, it's getting a little more brisk the further north you've gone. As it's
I
like,
pull out my scarf from the extra scraps and I put it on.
yeah.
I'm
As you're
still not wearing pants.
as you're walking, anybody who has a passive perception of 15 or higher
Nope.
Nope.
sees a little bit in the distance a gleam, like of metal reflecting, on the road. You would see it, I think, Tarragon. Wait, what's your passive perception?
14.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait, but do you have perception as a skill? As a
No, I don't.
Okay. Then Whisper and Cambry see it. Because I know Whisper has fucking hawk eyes. Whisper, do you mention anything?
Yes.
Okay. Tarragon, you do see it after he says it. And as you guys keep going forward and closer, you notice it becomes more humanoid in shape. Like it's a man. And they're metal? Huh. Maybe it's full
Run
armor.
it over.
Maybe it's full armor.
I just whisper in Tarragon's ear. Run him over. I think it'd be funny.
Paragon. Stop.
I'll give you 50 gold if you hit him with a car.
Tarragon stops.
Uh-huh.
He continues and he makes it up to your guys' cart. And he looks at you. And you guys can notice that, yeah, he's a warforged.
Oh, whispers back to Latrice. You want me to run that over?
Never mind.
And
It's a squishy human, understand.
he just
I
kind of
like it.
walks by, and if none of you call out to him, he just keeps going.
Why are you in the woods?
Okay, mysterious.
Metal man?
He looks. We are taking. It is the main road, correct? Which it is.
My question is what are you?
I am.
I thought you were wearing armor.
I am me, a warforged.
Who? Is your name me?
No, I am designation 293.
Okay.
Why do you have a designation? Don't you have a name?
I was built.
No.
I lean
you're-
over to Galrah and I go, do they have these metal men in the Iron Archipelago?
They do, Galrah.
DM, do I know?
Yes,
Okay.
they do.
Yeah, so he's just unfazed and he's like, oh yeah, there's plenty. They exist.
They do be existent.
Quite frankly, I think that thing is abhorrent to nature. Says the Fae.
Yeah, I know, right?
Can I roll something to see if, like, can I tell, like, what he was made of or how? Does that make sense? You know what I'm asking here?
Roll me in just a base intelligence check.
Also, a question. Can I
What?
make a gut check, just like kind of just a vague insight check to see if he's got good or bad intentions here?
Sure, yeah, roll me an insight. Oh.
20.
With your abilities and how good you are at blood magic that you can affect things without blood, you can feel a life fluid inside of him, an arcane life fluid. But other than that, like, he's metal and wood. Like, there's no
So it's not.
skin or bones or flesh.
So it's not a natural blood, but it is technically blood.
Yes. Galrah, you get a very neutral impression from him.
Okay.
Ariza is very fascinated.
Oh, where are you heading?
Wherever needed.
You need a ride?
He kind of looks around. I don't think...
The car is full.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty full. What is down this road, as he points the way you guys were coming from?
That leads to the capital.
Then I am off to the capital.
Okay.
Galrah speaks up and asks, what is your cause? What is your goal?
Who do you fight?
No one now. My creator has been dead for a long time. I fight for me.
Would you like to fight for a cause?
He kind of scratches. This does intrigue me very much.
We are the Bloodhound Coalition. We have a guild in the capital. It would be in the middle lower section. It has a big tree in front of it. You really can't miss it.
He nods. Ah, wonderful. Well,
It's called a rhododendron.
I think I know what that is.
Okay.
Well, I guess,
You really can't miss it.
do you... Well, I guess I'll go see what, and, help out
We should
wherever
be
I
back
can.
in 30 days.
He nods. Of course. Is there anything... Is it just open, or...
There will be a young Kenku there. Let him know that we sent you.
Of course.
And please don't bring him any animals that you're fond of. You may not get them back.
He nods. A new cause. How intriguing.
Oh my god, are we sending Racket a fucking nanny bot?
I hope so.
Thank you. But I am... thank you. And, he heads out. And he heads out, and instead of just kind of like, going along like he was earlier, he's feeling good. Like, you can tell his posture's changed. He looks like he has a purpose now.
Goals, what about him?
The impartial party.
Maybe.
Like him, he was interesting.
I'm
Paragon
not
continues
a
going.
fan of the fact that he's walking. That's... Listen, I get it. I'm a fae. I'm not natural. But that... what was that?
Nothing pleases you, does it?
That was like almost a construct.
Well, be kind. He still had some sort of life fluid in him.
Does
alive.
he?
Yes, he does. It's not exactly blood, but it is a life fluid. That does count.
This is very strange to me.
Well, it's no more of him once we return home.
But yes.
Maybe in a month if we remember he's there.
Well, you better remember then.
Oh, damn.
I'm gonna get replaced by a robot. Or by a construct.
Alrighty.
Oh, come on, we'll never replace you.
You're right, you couldn't, because all of you are terrible negotiators.
Alright, get out of the car.
All of us. I'm the only one who's been negotiating it.
But yes, after a while, and then you finish the rest of your trip with a couple of days to spare. You did 13-day travel. You used 13 days of ration.
Yay.
And as you approach, you realize you're approaching through a split in some mountains. And the wind has gotten a bit more chilly. You realize that the summer heat that you once had is a lot colder than it was. And as you get through these mountain peaks and see this beautiful town, there are still patches of snow, even in the early summer. Welcome to Northwind, everyone.
Isn't this a lovely little town?
Yeah.
Why is it so cold here? How far north are we?
Yeah, it's cold.
We're 15 days north. What do you want? Like, what other
Yeah.
information?
See snow. I don't really see a lot of snow.
15 days north is like maybe a state away.
Alright, let's just go to the dumb observatory and get out of here as soon as we can.
Why don't you want to be here, Goals?
I
Don't you have family here?
I already explained.
Friends? Literally anybody that cares about you here?
They're all dead to me.
Why?
I'm sure your family cares about you.
I believe I explained this to you. The fiend cursed the town. Everybody's gonna say bad things about me. And if we go in there, you guys are gonna start thinking them too.
Wait. Is this because you're not a wizard?
I am a wizard. See, Latreus,
You
the
are
curse is
not
starting to
a
get to you.
wizard.
The curse is starting to get to Latreus. We better start
He's
back
not
now.
a wizard, guys.
How many times? I fired an Eldritch Blast to the right. How? If I weren't a wizard, how would I know this?
That's warlock magic. That's eldritch, horrible magic.
Latreus.
Magic nonetheless. I am not bound by any
Ghouls.
magic. Ghouls.
Alright, let's get a move on.
As you
Both of you.
guys are getting to the end of the road, like the in-between town roads, you realize that the beginning to this town is a tavern known as the Campfire Lodge.
Trying to chat with the DM. I see how it is, Goals.
You want to? Okay, roll it. Roll it, bitch boy.
Damn.
You did this to me, Jacob.
Oh my god, any normal passerby would still see you. Oh fuck. Anyway, But yeah, the first immediate building is called the Campfire Lodge. But other than that, oh, what?
I think we should go in there first.
Okay.
I could use a drink.
Time to drag you to my generic tavern.
I swear I've been here before.
We have been in here before. I gotta delete a bunch of things here now that I realize we haven't been here in a while.
Is that the same bartender from Whisper's Village?
No.
No, they just all look alike.
Oh, you! They're following us! Kill them!
Oh my god.
But you enter.
Vampire!
God, I hate. This is the second time this has happened to me. But you enter the tavern, and it is. Where is my tavern description?
I had to delete the old Atreus.
Oh, yep. It is a lodge. It's a cozy cabin. It's warm and friendly, and it blocks the biting cold outside. It's not so it's surprisingly biting based on, the actual thing. And the atmosphere just reminds you of a nice campfire.
Well, I could use a drink. Who's thirsty?
Give me 2 or 3.
I could use one.
Why not? It's been
Sure.
a long journey.
Alrighty.
That's 6 beers. Beer for you, Whisper? Whisper.
Whisper. John?
Assassin. Would you like a beer?
Sure.
7 beers.
Which table?
Open bar.
Okay, you're greeted by the barkeep, and she's like, "Why, hello there."
Hello, dear. I love your hair.
Oh, thank you. You got a pretty nice head of hair on you yourself.
Gingers have to stick together. Listen, I need 7 beers, but I don't think I want to do beer. What's the house special here?
The house special?
I'm new to Northwood.
We got a nice mead. We import some rum every so often. What else do we got here? Ooh, a nice whiskey.
Brewed here?
A lot of the scholar types like their whiskey, so yeah, we brew some in-house.
Excellent. I'll take 7 glasses of whiskey, if you wouldn't mind.
All right, that'll be 2 gold.
Actually, 6 make 1 a double. And I go ahead and I give her 2 gold.
Alrighty. She takes it, and she palms it, and goes to pour everyone glasses. Go ahead and find yourself a table, guys.
Are we just, are we gonna take the usual?
Yep.
Ah!
I took the chair first.
I did.
Okay.
God damn it! It happened again.
I'll
Yeah.
go
Well-
go ahead and pull over a chair for.
Yeah, we'll say there's enough chairs in general.
Okay.
But Latreus,
Sorry, Galrah, you're sitting on the floor with me.
Guess so.
after a little bit, the barkeep comes over and puts down one of those trays, or puts down a bunch of whiskeys in front of everybody, and then heads
The
back.
devil was for the gnome.
Yeah, she gives it. She specifically puts the double where you say it. I just did it quick.
Thank you.
Quick question, dear.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
She looks.
And I point at goals.
She kind of.
Choke on his drink a little bit.
She looks and cleans her glass. I deal more with travelers that come in. Don't really know the locals super well.
Fair enough. Well, you have a excellent day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Of course. That was a timer.
Fucking alarm.
But yeah, you guys are sitting around and it's cozy. There are some other people. There are some people who look a little less scholarly, like some merchant travelers who are either leaving or coming in. Goals, roll me a base intelligence.
Base intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ghost looks a little defeated. Not bad.
You think about it, and you're like, shit, Wait, you think about what time of day it is. Do I have 45? Do I have 30 minutes? Do I have 20? Oh, I need to make myself scared. And then a bunch of scholars start coming into the bar.
Look under the table.
So he's just gonna stand under the table.
The rest of you just hear as Gold's just gone under the table.
Goals?
I look
Uh,
at the door and see if like anybody else saw that.
Roll me a stealth check, Juan, as you're doing that. I'll just do it just generic.
What's the stuff? Oh, there it is.
Oh, oops. All right, what do we got here? Oh no! You look. Some people are giving weird looks, like what? What? Oh, all right, whatever.
Do any of these guys look like scholars?
Oh, they all look like scholars.
I'm gonna go to this group of 3 scholars.
Okay.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I have just a quick question for you.
Yeah?
Does the name Goals Kendov mean anything to any of you?
Does the name Goals... Then one of them stops. Are you a fae?
Yes.
They all start flipping notebooks open. Oh my god, you have to tell us everything about what you know about the Feywilds, and they just immediately start chatting you up about yourself.
I'm sorry, may I have your name?
I know that trick. You silly Fae. And as
Need
you're,
a sample, let me touch your skin.
you're having a nice conversation and whatnot, and then you just hear from another table a voice go, "Did you say goals?"
Yes, Goals Kendov? No, about yay high.
Do you know him?
Yes, he's here, under that table.
She looks over. She looks over and walks over. And she hears Ariza like, "Oh goodness, this is a bad thing."
That would have been betrayal. Telling
never
people
signed.
to exist isn't a betrayal.
And she walks over and kind of leans under to look at Goals. She looks under the table.
Oh, hi. I must have dropped my glass.
It's me, Marsha.
Hey, Marsha.
Marsha Timberline. We went to school together?
Oh yeah. How have you been?
Oh, I've been fine. And Sam's here too. Is that fucking Goals? As the other person that she was sitting at the table.
I'm killing you.
At the you see at the other table, it's a halfling gentleman, and he's just like, "What the hell are you doing back?"
Well,
I'm sorry, my glasses were upside down.
Well, I joined it. I helped found an adventurers guild, and we are evidently on a quest for the observatory.
Wow. Man, the two of us, we work there now, so like, man, we're gonna see you sooner or later.
You don't say.
Yeah. You guys know?
Am I still being ogled over by these 3
Yes,
scholars?
you are.
So, would you happen to know anything about this? And I'll go ahead and show Marsha, since she's right next to me.
Yeah. She looks at. Yeah. Many of our interns at the observatory are kind of just like, it's not just like, I know how it sounds. It's not just like a normal, like, just kind of losing, like, forgetting things. It's actual lowered scores, like people who would study and be some of their top grades, like getting consistently lower marks on their tests.
Oh, like they're possessed?
Have you talked to them
I-
about this?
they don't quite remember what happened. Just late nights, and they just felt lethargic and came home, and then
Have the classes or study regimens changed since we've been to school?
not too much. Uh,
So you're saying they could be overworked?
Sam he's like, wait. Did he just say that he founded an adventurers guild with you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
You know,
Look, there's a bay over there.
yeah, I think he's part of your
Hello,
group, right?
yes,
He'll be
I'm
over
a
here
fae,
soon enough,
everyone.
right?
Say that again? I didn't hear.
He's like, he's part of your group, right? He'll be over here soon enough.
But those guys.
Did you guys know that during like our basic cantrip studies, he couldn't even form a prestidigitation? Like, come on.
Goals has been very useful to us. He's helped us many times in ways that nobody else could have.
Marsha actually puts her hands together joyfully, is like, oh, that's so wonderful. She kind of gives like a glare to Sam, and he's just like, what? I'm surprised. All I'm saying is I'm surprised.
Aragon puts his cup down and, kind of puts his elbow to the table and just, I don't want to hear more about young gold.
About young goals? Oh.
Don't bother him with all those old stories. We're just here for a job.
While he's saying, "Oh, young goals," Latrice is gonna wrap an arm around his neck.
Yeah.
And say, "Listen, as much as I love a good jab at my pal Goals here, I have to admit, despite his shortcomings, depends on the height."
Even though he's a halfling, he laughs at that too.
He has been surprisingly useful. In fact, these goggles he's enchanted himself.
Holy
They
shit!
help 3 of us see in the dark, clear as day.
You can see that Marsha is just so happy to hear this, and this guy's like,
"See for yourself." And I hand the goggles to Sam.
Interesting. And he looks through them. And do halflings have dark vision? I need to remember if they do. I don't think they. I'm kidding.
They shouldn't.
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do. But he looks through them. He's like, "Damn, they really work, don't they?"
Yes.
Right.
They don't. Well, I mean, when you left, you were screaming, "I'm gonna make my own magic with blackjack and hookers."
Ariza snorts her ale.
Her whiskey? Yeah.
Her whiskey.
Oh.
Well, you know what? I forgot about the blackjack and the hookers.
He did blow himself up.
I mean,
Nothing to do with blackjack, though.
he was always blowing himself up in classes trying to get the basic magics down.
Well, no, he just opened a chest and it exploded in his face.
Oh! Wow, living quite an adventurous life, huh? Never would have pegged you for that, Goals.
Maybe you've heard of us. We are the Bloodhound Coalition.
News hasn't quite come up north of you guys.
You'll hear of us shortly, I'm sure.
Want to show them what you could do? I offer him a rock in my pocket. Oh no!
I never took out the rock from the last combat encounter.
You didn't.
I love the chat to the rise.
Dude,
what?
What?
It only lasts a minute. You've been carrying on for days.
Yeah, but it's a cantrip.
I've been carrying it around for so long.
I for a rock in these trying times.
I chat the rock.
Well, I can obviously see there's some magic in it. Nice. All of his, fucking, asshole remarks. So, Goals can do magic now. Ain't that something?
It was always inside.
You know, there was a pool. I need to know this because there's still a pool at the school that I'm part of. Did you join a religion? Did you join a cult? Or what? Or third option.
See, I'm just that strong.
Damn it.
I
lost like 50
cast,
silver on that.
I cast Control Flames
Uh-huh.
to create the flame in my hand.
Yeah.
And once it settles, Goals' contract is sitting in the palm of my hand. And I show it to him and I say, "You see here? He hasn't signed a damn thing." It's frustrating, truly. He's been arguing with me about it for the past 3 days.
Well,
Just roll it back up, use Control Flames again, and it's gone.
Michelle, we've been trying to set terms of agreement, which we clearly haven't. Any chance you know somebody who specializes in magic fey law?
I mean, we could always talk to the dean. I mean, if you would want to.
Well, let's worry about that after we figure out what's going on with the interns.
Right.
Interns, we have a bunch.
Yeah, but there's some of our best and brightest of astronomy and astrobiology and peering into the celestial sea. You know, there's a lot of things we can learn from that.
So what makes
Do you think there's a book?
that something deeper is going on here?
Well, it's more Dr. Owlsley is thinking that it is. I think he mentioned things of like some of our more wizard type folks were losing their ability to cast their magic as well. Prodigies when they were there, but
What about those with natural casting abilities, like sorcerers?
they've just been missing their shots frequently, not remembering their components correctly. Things that seem to come natural to sorcery types.
Does seem strange. You don't really forget magic once you learn it.
No, you don't. And it's not like that skill leaves your blood either.
It's the curse, is what Goals whispers to whisper.
Ariza rolls her eyes at the.
Oh my god. Also, I don't know what he's talking about. A curse?
I can't listen to that.
Yeah, I love it.
Goals is insisting that he's cursed. Would you happen to know anything about that?
Oh, he kind of. People like Sam here, and she kind of steps on his foot, are a bit too harsh on those who struggled with magic in the past, and kind of haze out those individuals. And last I know, Goals was basically hazed out of the town completely. It was, and I don't mean to say this and be mean about this, but it was of grand proportion at how bad he was at magic.
So basically, he wasn't cursed. He was bullied out of town, and I stared directly at that point.
Sounds like it.
Sam just kind of shrugs his hands like, whoa, hey, right, but he can do magic now, so we're cool, right? We're cool. We're cool?
Galrah's kind of like eyeing this dude, like just kind of glaring at him a little bit, like, yo, what the fuck?
You got some big
Sam,
friends.
and I'm gonna tighten my grip around Sam's neck with my elbow. And I'm gonna say, you know, Sam, I think you owe Goals an apology.
He kind of looks at, roll me an intimidation. With advantage because everybody is glaring him down.
Intimidation. That's the one charisma skill I don't have proficiency in.
But you have a 5!
I have a 6 because of the stone.
Right.
That's an 8 because I'm rolling like ass tonight.
He's still kind of like... He's a small man compared to most of you. He just kind of looks like, you know, I'm real sorry about that, man. Like, you know, obviously there was potential in you. I just didn't see it back then. All of you realize it's half-assed.
A shitty apology, but it's up to Goals on whether or not that's enough for him.
If we go to the observatory, will the others act the same?
Marsha looks at him. She just kind of rubs her eyes. If I'm with you guys, I think that you should be fine. Because I have a lot of respect there. I'm one of the more higher up aides to Dr. Owsley.
Quick question.
Yes?
Well, 2. First, I notice a lot of the student types seem to really be enthralled by my race. There's not like a glamour spell or something you could hook me up with to make me appear as not Fae.
No, hold on. Might be the perfect distraction to keep them from focusing on Goals.
She does kind of nod at that. Yeah, that...
Jesus, what was that?
I don't know. Marsha does nod. That... She may be right on that one.
Very well. The second question. Is there a library here with, like, interesting knowledge about the arcane?
We have a
and
library.
Arcane forces?
We have a library at Northwind University. You don't have to be a student to go.
Excellent. So I should have just as much access as anybody else?
There are some things that only seniors in their disciplines can access, but most of the time, yeah, you can see most of everything there.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm gonna go cause a ruckus. And I get up and I kind of stand away from the group.
And as you
over by the door.
As you let go, Sam fucking squirms away. Okay. So, it is getting late. Are you staying the night before going to the observatory?
Could go into this with fresh minds.
Okay.
I don't think that would hurt.
Yes, of course. I think it's... what? A silver a night here? That seems about right. So yeah. It'll be a silver a night to the barkeep whenever you guys decide to go for rooms. Which is...
I'll go ahead and pay for Galrah's as well.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Okay.
Not a problem.
All right. Cambry's gonna pay for herself. Well, it's for...
Why are
unless...
you paying? I literally can get us free boarding.
That's fair.
Honestly, you can just sell some of your hair to those guys and they'll give you a room. Or give him 1 hour of his time.
That's so creepy.
They want to study every part of you.
You start performing, Latreus, and most people gather around, not because you're performing, but because you're a fae performing.
I'm gonna throw in a little extra flair with my fire dance here.
Mm-hmm.
And are any of them like bigger or buffer than any of the others?
Some of the merchant types are.
But like, are the merchant types enthralled because I'm a fae or because
they're
of
just
the
kind of
actual dance?
They're more watching because of the actual dancing.
I'm gonna call up one. I'm gonna call up one of the students.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, tell me, young man, have you ever seen true fae culture?
No, this is gonna be a wonderful learning chance.
we're gonna play a game.
All right.
It's called Buttsies.
Oh, what?
It's called Buttsies. It's a great game. Me and my sister used to play this all the time. I want you to headbutt me. As hard as you can.
He just kind of like puts a hand on his head, like.
Do it. Come on.
And he goes for it. I'm gonna roll. It is the lightest headbutt you have ever felt.
I just kind of go, okay. Now let me show you how it's done. Everybody, this is a game of Buttsies. We play it in the Feywild all the time. And I'm going to fucking back up and get 20 feet of movement, and I'm going to use my ram action.
Oh my god.
I have a +5 to hit with.
This poor man.
It's a 7.
You hold back because you realize how frail he is. Yes, you can, Ariza. And he's just like, oh, that didn't hurt as much as I thought it was gonna.
Right, round 2, come on.
Oh, okay. And he rears back and he goes for it. It's a decent hit.
13. He gets me. Oh,
all right.
No, he doesn't. My AC's 14 now. Forgot about that.
Oh, it's not like, this is more to see how hard he hits.
Okay.
Yes, you can, goals.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
18, just
you hit him and you knock the wind out of him, and he's just laying on the ground, clutching his his abdomen, just.
Everybody, a round of applause for our brave volunteer. What's your name, kid? Can I help him back to his feet?
He can't tell you because the wind's knocked out of him. He's just.
I help the volunteer.
Yeah, I'm helping him up. I'm helping him.
I'm helping him to breathe.
In, out, out. Breathe that fey magic.
My name's. Wait a second. Hey. And you all get the free night for the fucking room because of that bullshit.
I give him a slap on the ass as he's walking away.
With the 11, was he bullshitting or not?
Were you bullshitting? With an 11?
No, that's a game that satyrs play all the time. They actually do ram into each other like rams.
But you guys called a night.
Although granted, it is a more territorial game. It's one of those like, hey, you want to go out on the trampoline and spar?
Yeah.
Kind of situations.
Do you guys double up?
Somebody's gonna go home crying.
Do you guys double up on rooms at all, or do you just take individual rooms?
I'll double up with Cambry.
Okay. Cameron's like, all right, girls' night. High fives you as you go.
I'll take a room with Galrah.
With Galrah?
Cool.
Tarragon?
Sure.
Alrighty. You all realize that Goals is gone, and one of the rooms is locked, and whoever takes the immediate one afterwards in the middle of the night can hear soft crying.
Oh no.
I think on my passive perception, I probably do hear that.
Yeah.
Atreus takes it.
Does Atreus and Tarragon take it?
Does Atreus have to roll perception since he's been banging his head?
No.
Fuck no.
No.
Fuck no. Atreus does this all the time, and that guy's skull was squishier than Tarragon's new rock.
But yeah, so you all take rooms for the night. Anything anybody wants?
I do want to do one thing with Tarragon before we...
Okay.
Oh. Tarragon, if I may.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I think I've been too hard on Goals.
By accusing him of not being a wizard?
No.
Yeah,
I think I'm right on the money with that.
No, you're not.
Did we hear that?
You're not sure if he's replying to you guys or if he's like arguing with situations in his own head.
It's obvious, speaking to his colleagues, that he's not a wizard. If he is, he's a terrible enchanter. What I don't understand is where the Eldritch magic comes from. Granted, I have access to it now, but it's because I've been watching him do it. I learned how to do that. What I think I've been too hard on is I think I give him a little bit too much of a hard time. Seeing Sam, young Samuel, whatever the hell his name was, I really don't care. Kind of made me realize I've been an asshole.
Well, here, do you think you're more of an asshole than him?
Oh, absolutely. I've threatened him to his face.
I think your charisma is higher than his.
Probably a better speaker.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't seem too impressed by my intimidation display, though. It's probably the height thing. Although, he is a fool, he did give me his name.
Do you need a last name?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
But, seriously, though, I think as our party's cleric, I think it's only right that I should come to you for guidance. I'm not trying to be difficult. I understand I gave everybody a bit of a hard time our second day of travel, our first night. Especially with all of Golz's questions, I do apologize for that. Ariza asked me to distract him for the first day of travel. So I distracted him as best I could by getting him to argue. I don't think we'll be seeing eye to eye on very many things, and personally I dislike him, but professionally we do need to work together.
I mean, we are in a team here.
And I can't deny that there is some synergy between us. His level of quick thinking matches very well with my sporadic movements and overall chaotic planning. He's adaptable, and that works for him. I think I'm just asking, should I try being nicer to him? Or at the very least, just stop being like Sam.
I think after meeting Sam, you're doing better. It's hard to say because I can see what you mean, but it's not like you can do it overnight. I think you'll gradually grow out of it, though. You be yourself.
Maybe I could see us being rivals. His magic, it's very strange. It's not like anything I've seen before. If it were enchanting, there would be spells he's casting. But what was the last time you saw him actually looking over spell notes? Have you ever noticed him carrying a tome of spells with him? I haven't. Hell, I don't even think he owns a book.
About it, hearing Latreia say that, I was like, I don't think I have. Or maybe I just
And
don't
you have a
it.
focus. Hell, I have a focus.
Are you suspecting goals?
I certainly don't think he's a sorcerer. And I definitely don't think he's a wizard. That leaves us with two options. Either he has sold his soul to the Shalmir and hasn't told us, or given his talents, I think he may dabble in artificery.
Jacob,
Yes.
really quick here. Does Tarragon know what that is? What
Artif-
that class is?
Artificer? Yeah.
Okay. That's possible.
Like an arcane tinkerer of some kind. It's hard to explain. He's very quick with it. So it's not easy to capture, but it's there. And the only reason I suspect him of having sold his soul to the Shalmir would explain why he didn't want to come home so badly. But granted, seeing how Samuel was, clearly that was not the case.
Bad. Yeah, bad environment.
Very toxic.
Yeah.
A lot of toxic masculinity around here. I don't know how long I'll like this place.
Says
Anyway, I
Atreus.
thank you for your time. Did you want to discuss anything?
I cannot understand why they're so interested in the Fae.
You know, it's funny. I don't know either.
I think you
But I'm
should be
loving the
extra
attention.
careful just in case they don't drag you into some kind of experiment.
I don't know. What if they... what if some of them want to sell their souls to me? That'd be interesting. I almost got that one boy with the buses.
Yeah, you did.
That was fun.
Well,
Well,
you should probably
it's
get some
late.
sleep. Thank you for
Yes.
sharing that with me, Atreus.
Atreus is becoming a full-on evil patron.
I feel it was best to get some sort of spiritual guidance. And the bed is yours. I'd like to sleep on the floor tonight. My back hurts from arguing with that rotten bastard all night.
Alrighty.
I
Anybody?
just lay out on the floor on my stomach, just stretch out.
You just hear.
Oh.
You just hear pop, 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 pop. Anybody else have anything they want to discuss with each other? Or in the.
So did you want to ask Whisper anything, Galrah?
Nothing of note. Actually, as they probably go to bed, if anything, he'll go ahead and just let Whisper have the bed. But what he will do is kind of go to like here-ish, prop his back against the wall, so he can kind of see the doorway. He will sleep probably
So-
with his weapons at his side, and yeah.
Hilariously, you see Whisper doing a similar thing on the bed.
Oh my god.
I was just gonna stand still.
Yeah. Yep.
At what point does it become a contest of laying your items out to see who has more?
You know,
If
that's
you
a
use
good.
the mind knife, you're cheating.
Yeah, he's just gonna kind of just sit there, kind of just relaxing, and just before, just kind of nodding off, back pressed against the wall.
Alrighty. That's really funny. That's so funny. Cambry kind of does some stretches before bed.
I
And-
give her a grant. Like, I'll go ahead and take the floor. I could use a back stretch after being in the cart for a few days.
Oh, God, so could I. Come over here. Fold your arms and put your back to me.
I'll go ahead and do it.
She wraps her arms around you and grabs you and hoists you up, and you feel your back just pop all the
Oh.
way down it. And she sets you down. Yep. Only works because I'm taller
Cambry,
than
the
you.
chiropractor.
Only works because I'm taller than you.
Arise is going better than she has in like years.
And you hear she does some stretches and like some kind of yoga stuff, and you can hear her back pop and stuff. And she's just like, and then like rolls her neck and lays on the bed. What do you think of the new guy?
he's being a little secretive about his abilities, to be honest.
I
But he
mean,
doesn't seem bad.
Have you seen the rest of our group?
Yeah, you're not. I think you're the only one that's been forthcoming about who and what they are.
Exactly. So Tarragon, the walls are like you can hear the on the other side of the walls, but you don't know exactly what they are, what it's all being said. Cambry just kind of looks like, like, Goals is obviously trying to run away from something. We've kind of figured out Whisper's thing. Like, Galrah's hiding something, but the one thing I can't wrap my head around is what the hell is up with Tarragon?
I don't really understand Tarragon either. I mean, I understand he's a cleric, and he has some sort of god, but that's not like any cleric I've ever seen.
Yeah. I don't know. It's, I've traveled a lot, and I know about other cultures' patrons, and nothing comes up with his.
You've never even heard of his patron?
Nope. I doubt Galrah has either.
That's weird.
Well,
I don't know. Something about it just kind of gives me the creeps a little bit. Not Tarragon, but his god.
yeah. Well, Tarragon's an upstanding person at least, so let's hope that stays.
I hope so.
All right.
What do you think of the new guy?
I think he's fine. If he's still with us after dealing with those two,
he should be fine.
He should be fine. All right. Good night, Ariza.
Good night.
She goes to bed. And yeah, you guys sleep through the night. And it's the next morning, back in the town of Northwind. You guys rise bright and early.
Oh, you may.
I wake up earlier than everybody else.
And you go watch the sun.
And I go stare at the sun more intently than I did the day before.
Praise it.
Not praising it. Not praising it. There is a determination.
Yeah.
In Latreus's eye.
You challenged the sun today?
Tarragon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Your passive perception of 14.
Mm-hmm.
You heard Latreus speaking in his sleep last night.
Do I recall what it is?
Yes.
It's on the 14.
Latreus appeared to be having some sort of nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
In which he was powerless to change the outcome of something. And the last coherent words you remember hearing him say is, "No, leave her." And then silence throughout the rest of the night. But Latreus, when you do finally find Latreus, he looks like shit.
Where are you right now as Atreus?
Jacob, is there like a window in our room?
Yeah, there's windows in all your rooms.
That faces towards the sun?
Nah. I'd say you'd have to leave to go see the sun.
Okay. Then you'd find Latreus outside staring intently at the sun.
I go up to Latreus then and I mention about that. If you're doing alright? Did you get a bad dream or something?
Memories. No, I wasn't always like this. I wasn't so gifted in the arcane with fire. It's something picked up. I've told you about my sister, the circumstances surrounding my past. This is the first time in a long time. I truly feel like I have a lead. So I'm going to do everything in my power while we're here. Gather as much information on those soulless bastards so that I may drag them into the sun and make them confess their crimes before I burn them to cinders.
You mean the vampires, right?
Yes. If I can find some information here, in that library the girl mentioned, I think I have a shot at finding them. Or maybe a cure. Something.
We might find something here.
But I think you, of all people, can respect the pursuit of knowledge. Keep this between us.
Sure thing. And he holds out a hand and see if you agree to it.
Latrish takes your hand. Full strength.
Just between us. I hope we find some clues too.
I do find myself curious about what it is your little god in the crystal wants. Maybe we'll find answers here. Something.
I mean, I don't know much about El Sensing, but all I know is that he definitely don't have a lot of followers.
Yeah. Weird that nobody's heard of him.
Yeah. Anywhere I go, I don't know. But again, we're here. I'm hoping for some kind of clue or information to maybe members or something. I mean, there's got to be someone out there.
Maybe the answers we seek are in the library.
Alrighty, and around this time, the rest of the party wakes up, and you all gather and eat your breakfast. Your complimentary breakfast that I'm always going to give you whenever you're in a new town. And Ariza and Cambry look rested. Like, out of everyone in the group, those two look incredible.
Did Whisper get any sleep?
Oh, I did.
Tarragon notices Ariza just how like brighter she is, and just asks, "What happened?"
In a manner of speaking.
Oh, you wouldn't believe Cambry popped my back, and I'm feeling great.
Oh, I think Latreus might need that too.
Oh.
He looks at Latreus.
Oh, really? Latreus, fold your arm.
Latreus' hair is just like... Latreus' hair is doing that thing, like when you've slept too hard and it's still kind of standing up.
Latreus, so just like fold your arms and grasp your elbows.
I do that.
She goes up behind you and grabs you by your elbows and also pops your back as well.
Oh, that hunch was important. My legs.
After a couple of seconds, you're just like, oh, wow, oh.
Potatoes are not supposed to dangle like that.
Galrah's just like, I think you're a little taller.
Do you need your back, Galrah?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like the breaking of stones.
What about you? What about you, Goals? Do you need it?
I suppose so. I think I had a bit too much to drink last night.
So you also do it, and she pops your back as well, and you feel incredible.
After that, Tarragon goes to Camry and just kind of like nudges her on the shoulder, kind of like almost like a little punch, and just like, damn, I think you're the cleric here.
It's just when you're on sea for as long as I am, you learn a few tricks. All right. So
Atreus is still reeling over the fact that she used a chiropractic maneuver specifically built for humans on a fae.
so what
Without
is
knowing if that would work.
what is your goal? Where are you guys going today?
To the observatory, I assume.
The observatory? All right. Which is easily there. That one is
Unless anyone other than Goals has any objections.
Not really.
Well, are we leaving the horses here?
I mean, they're at an inn. They're posted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have to pay them.
Be good.
Should we take the cart wheel again?
I will say that because you're posting the horses at an inn, Latreus's performance for free room and board also counts towards the horses.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not taking the cartwheel again.
You don't need to. You don't need to. Alrighty. So the group of you go up to number 1, which is the observatory. You pass through the town, and it's like a college town. Like, the best way to describe it is it's a college town. In the center, there's a massive tree in a courtyard that many of the scholars and other people go to compile notes. You pass by the massive Northwind University up to the observatory. And here you are, at the front doors of the Northwind Observatory. There is a...
As we're making our way to the observatory.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Last thing I'll add. I'm going to be staying about 30 feet back from the group.
Yeah.
Just intentionally making a scene, drawing attention to me.
Yeah.
Walking a little straighter with my horns held up high.
You do
Just
get...
kind of like looking around, really confused.
You get some people, but it's mostly the people who don't have morning classes that follow you around. But yeah.
And I keep asking for directions to places, and then just keep following my group instead.
Yeah, so... You end up at the observatory, and the big domed... you watch as like the morning starts, and there's a massive dome that begins to close into the dome shape as you just barely get a glimpse of what looks like a large like spyglass. So what do? You're at the front door.
Guys, it's one of those door puzzles.
It's a college. I'm just gonna walk in.
You just walk in, you see the hustle and bustle of people, and you see the different aides. You see Marsha go by, and you see Sam, who spots you a little bit and hurries away.
I give them the dirtiest glare.
And you also see the person calling all of the shots. If I could grab his picture without accidentally doing that. You see Dr. Oliver Owlsley.
How do you spell his name?
I imagine Owl S-Y.
Yes.
Owl.
Owl S-L-Y. Owlsley.
Owl
Oh, I love him. He's great.
And
And he's a doctor.
he is a doctor. And
Wait, who?
he continues. He's writing things down, and he spots you guys, and he looks. And who may you be?
We are the Bloodhound Coalition. We got your job listing, and I go ahead and hand him that.
Wonderful. Oh, great. Somebody who has the grit and courage to go actually figure this out. He kind of gives some of his upper people a bit of a look.
Ooh.
Especially, like, you can see it's like some of the older, some of the stronger, like looking scholar, like some of the jock scholars. That's wonderful. So, you have gotten my job. We have 300 gold and a moon-touched rapier for you.
Thank you, sir.
Is there any information that you need?
When did it start?
He starts thinking. He strokes his feathers.
I can't believe that shit worked on Vader.
What?
Oh yeah. It seems to have started somewhere around 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Did anything change in those 2 or 3 weeks?
Not that we've noticed. Oh, we began to do some explorations out into the mountains to get a closer look at the stars. Who did some, self expeditions came back in a very strange way.
What sort of way?
I'm sure you've heard the loss of intellect in a quantifiably and testable way.
I just choked. Sorry.
And he lists out the same kind of things that that Marsha had told you last night.
Do you know if they found anything while they were out there?
They said they saw strange creatures in the night, but they couldn't quite remember exactly what they looked like. I wish I could give you more information.
Well, do you perhaps have a map of where they went?
Oh yes, they went to the mountains towards the west. Man, guys, it's cold out there. Who's this bird person? That's really funny.
Chad Thundercock Latreia is on the move.
And he kind of gives you a map of the he gives you the expedition map, which is the best thing he's got, which it's just a path straight towards the closest mountain range.
Thank you. I think this will be very helpful.
Of course. Please, be safe out there, and your reward will be waiting for when you return.
Also, are we free to talk to some of the students?
Of course. He looks around, and he points over to one of the students who's just kind of sweeping, kind of absent-mindedly. Travis! And he looks, oh, yes, Dr. Owsley. These nice people would like to speak with you. And he lets you talk to him.
I go ahead and thank Dr. Owsley.
He bows. And hurries off. So you're left.
Dr. Owsley, before you go.
Who?
Just in case, could we maybe get a writ of permission to access maybe some of the more restricted levels of the library? Perhaps this will aid us in solving your problems. Any information we can gather helps.
He kind of thinks about it. I can't just give... not right now, because I think this is a pretty logical... You're not pushing it right now, you're just asking a question. He thinks, I can't quite give out writs to anyone. Maybe after this is completed, if you have any other kinds of studies you need to do, I can.
Very well.
So yeah, you're left alone with this kind of absent-minded looking intern who has a broom. And he's like, yeah? Oh, what do you want to ask?
Were you on the expedition that went out to the mountains towards the west?
I did want a solo one for a little bit more about my thesis. I wish I
Could you
learned
tell me?
something. Oh, what'd you say?
Fucking wish I'd learned something. God damn it.
Did I get you with that one? Sorry.
Could you maybe tell me a little bit about your journey?
I was going. It was dusk. You know, best time to look at the stars is at night, right? There were some shadowy things. I kind of passed out. I woke up and I failed like my next 3 tests, man. I don't know what happened.
You said you saw some shadowy figures. Could you tell me?
They were like creatures, not really people. I need to roll something for him.
God, this is like trying to talk to people at work.
Tentacle. That sounds crazy, but I think I saw like a tentacle or something.
Huh.
There's no land octopus. Did they discover a land octopus? Ugh. He starts thinking to himself.
Would you happen to remember anything else? Anything at all?
Just that. He starts thinking real hard. Oh shit! I think someone's still missing.
I'm sorry? Who's missing?
One of my classmates. They haven't come back yet from their solo expedition.
Alright, and you said your name again was?
I'm Travis.
Alright, thank you, Travis.
Can I roll insight?
Yes, you can.
Insight. There we go.
What are you inciting?
If he's telling the truth,
Sure.
if I sense anything, anything that's not right, as in like evil in a sense.
Okay.
Or a presence that is, I'm not saying that this person is possessed by something, but something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you stopped messing with him.
Roll me an insight check on that kind of thing. Ooh, that's good. Here, let me check something real fast. Before I give you an answer. There you are. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna send you it in a message.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna whisper it to you.
Okay. At this point, are we walking away from the person?
I would think so.
Okay.
Anyway.
Ah.
But yeah. So, are you guys starting to head out to your journey? Out towards the expedition path?
I kind of want to investigate the library and see if they have anything on creatures up in the hills.
Okay. Everyone, anybody else go in the library?
Yes.
What's your magical
sure.
law section?
The magical what
May
section?
as well follow.
Okay, I guess everyone goes to the observatory and you walk through. The library is one of the beginning sections of this, so that normal people can just kind of come in and read stuff. And you hear like a hello as somebody greets you as you walk in. So people who are in the library and who want to look things up, what are you looking for?
I am looking for any local folk tales or sort of mythology on creatures up in the mountains.
Okay.
I look specifically for books on vampires.
I love it. I love it so much.
At least it's
And
consistent.
how best to kill them.
Tarragon,
Oh my gosh.
what are you looking at? Are you looking at anything?
I'm gonna help Latreus.
You're gonna help out. Anybody else looking for anything?
Magical
I will.
contract law.
Magical contract law.
I do too.
I'll look up myths and legends, local myths and legends.
Oh, and if there's anything
Actually,
in
no,
regards
not
to-
vampires, because there is a more pressing issue.
Okay.
Jesus. Sorry about
I'm-
that.
I'm not going to look up vampires. I'm sorry. There's a more pressing issue. Goals reminded me of it.
Oh?
I need to look
Oh,
up
okay.
how Fey contracts work. Because Latreus doesn't actually know shit about how
Okay.
Fey contracts works.
Okay, so
Because he is 28 years old and was born out of the Fey realm.
it's funny because all of you guys are doing this, and Cambries are like, "Ooh, shipbuilding."
There's more looking to see if there's any
Ooh,
books
ship the
mentioned
bottle.
about his unique
So
thing.
I'll start with the myths and legends and local creatures. You find a local biology book of a lot of mountainous creatures. There are, signs of orcs and trolls and giantkin in the mountains. There's been sightings of water elementals in the ocean to the north. There is a legend of a star falling into the plain through the celestial sea and crashing into a mountain somewhere in the mountain range to the far west, even further than this.
Okay.
But you don't really find anything that screams tentacles. You find a myth about a ship myth about krakens, but you realize, wait, krakens are real. Is there one nearby?
And Galrah's just like, this is interesting, but I feel like ships would be more interesting. I'm going to go find Cambridge. So he goes and just bothers her and asks her about the ship and
This
stuff
one's a
that she used to
dreadnought.
be on.
For people looking
Probably asks
for
about krakens.
people looking for magical Fey contracts, you learn that there are many kinds of patron contracts: blood contracts, written contracts, shaken contracts, having just like your word as a contract. And you realize that Fey mostly do from signing your name away or the honest word contract.
How does the honest word contract work?
It is it literally magically imprints your agreement onto a piece of paper, or your spoken word onto a piece of paper.
Okay.
Because Fae deal with very frequently deal with the spoken word and the honesty and names. So.
Okay.
But you can do blood. Like, blood is not a bad. Like, you can still do it. It's just that what Fae specifically do normally is deal with words when it comes to contracts.
Is there?
You can even do a magical handshake binding.
Okay. Then I guess Latreus would from this would you say Latreus has learned how to actually form the contract?
Yeah,
He needs to.
I would say that he would. Like for people who are not of Fey descent, they would read this and be like, "Huh, that's very interesting how that works that way." But you of Fey descent would be able to pick it apart and figure out how to do it yourself.
Excellent. Thank you.
But the one thing is that you do notice is that both parties have to be in an agreement that they are part of that they are in a contract.
Okay.
And that's for all of them.
That's fine.
But yeah.
I'll find so much the same thing.
Yeah, you find the same thing.
Okay.
You actually, both of you compare and contrast notes, and that's how you find all this.
Jeez.
Whisper.
Goals and Atreus working together in law? That's right, everybody. Goals and Atreus, attorneys at law. Some Fae rip you off and steal your soul.
You
We
think
got you.
need a refund?
You've been hoodwinked by some wannabe patron. Call
Fuck.
Atreus. Goals, attorneys at law.
Fuck me.
You enabled this, Jacob.
I did. John, you find, or a Whisper, you find some books on some very exotic peoples of like Kalishtar and Verdun, names that you're not quite familiar with of these type of people that have the natural ability, like innate ability to do similar things to what you have figured out you can do. But other than that, that's about it. Alrighty. Have you guys studied yourselves out?
I think so.
Galrah, you learn that Camber used to be on a merchant vessel, a captain of a merchant vessel before they ran into her, and that she's traveled all across the Iron Archipelago and all across the oceans of this continent as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, Whisper, you know that Flock have been in the library, not just in the town.
I do pull goals aside
Mm-hmm.
after our research is done.
Okay.
Goals, I feel that I owe you an apology.
Oh, really? What brought this on?
Samuel, the dickish halfling from the bar.
Oh, him.
I saw a lot of myself in him, and frankly, I didn't like it. He's, quite frankly, just a bully. So I think I've decided to write a new contract. One specifically tailored to you and me.
Okay. Which way?
We're going to do Contract of Truth. When you shake my hand, you agree to these terms. I, Latreus, will aid you in the removal and extermination of the Yagnalah, known as Shalmir. In exchange, until our venture is completed, I will have complete and total domain and claim of your mortal soul. I think these terms are agreeable enough. I think you have your own problems that you want to be solved, and the contract clearly states that upon our venture together, and upon us ending your problems with this Yagnalah, until then, I'll have domain. After that, it's yours. No need for a third party. At least I don't see any. And this stays between you and me.
What about the rest of the group?
I can make more custom contracts for them. But for now, Ours clearly states your soul in exchange for my help. I'm already provided that under my current contract with you at the Bloodhound Coalition. You signed off on it.
I think employment contracts are a little bit different.
They are. Which is why I'm being forthright with you. I intend to do nothing with your soul. I intend to return it to you the moment our venture is over. I have no ulterior motives. And frankly, I don't want your soul. I do this out of a necessity.
Before.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh, you see your Goals mumble to himself. Oh, I've heard that one before.
I understand the distrust. But we can set an effective date if that would put you at ease.
Matthew, can you
Make
roll
the contract.
Can you roll insight?
Insight?
Yes, please.
Sure. Not great at it, but I do have proficiency in it, and my luck stone helps me a bit. $16.
You get the feeling that Goals literally meant he heard, "I don't want your soul."
I see. Goals do know I don't mean this out of projection of you. I have no intention to follow in my ancestors' silly games. I find the games that Fae play upon people to be rudimentary, self-absorbed, quite frankly, boring. We can forge a pact, and sure, I can offer you some of my power. I could become your patron, if that's the arrangement you wish for us to have. But frankly, you have your own talents, and I think you're better suited to your own talents, whatever they may be.
I do not require a patron at the moment, but I do think that Shalmir must be kept at bay. What do you know? That whole argument was for my friend's sake. I know for a fact my soul will be fine.
Oh, I want to assure you, Goals. I have no intention of keeping Shalmir at bay. I intend to kill him.
As do I.
Then we have an agreement. And I extend my hand.
Goals reluctantly shakes Latreus' hand.
When you grab Latreus' hand, an orange... Latreus, for one, doesn't let go of you. And an orange flame spirals down his arm, down to his hand, wraps around yours, and envelops up your arm. And you feel a searing pain in your chest as you have now been marked by the Fae. You now have a burning handprint imprinted on your left pectoral. Proof of our contract. And I
Is this
I
only... Wait,
open up my vest and open up my shirt, and I show you that I have a handprint and a middle finger burned into mine.
That is acceptable.
It's acceptable.
Alrighty. And I'm guessing with this, that is all that we have, or that we are going to be doing at the library?
I think so.
Alrighty. Well, as you guys set off to start checking out the path of the expeditions into the western forest and mountains, this is where we're going to end our session for the night.